everybody, Mountain Grandma here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 2 recipes for some bitters, and one of these is using common ingredients you probably have in your kitchen right now. And this is all part of the My Home Apothecary 25 collaboration being hosted by myself and Natasha over at the Budget Preppers. And we have a sponsor this year, and that is the Herb Whisperer. They have donated a home herbalist course to the grand prize winner in the giveaway that's going to be coming up soon. Check out the description box down below for more information on that. And now in this video, I'm going to be sharing these recipes, and we're also going to talk about what is a bitter, why would you want to take it in the first place, and how are all of these herbs benefiting you. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so here you see 6 different kitchen ingredients. Here we've got dried orange peel, and next up you're seeing some ground ginger. I dehydrated that ginger myself and then ground it up. It's so much better that way. You got to try it. Now here I'm using burdock root, but you could also try dandelion root. That would be another good one. And we've got some cassia cinnamon flakes here and black pepper. A lot of people don't realize how great black pepper is. And some cardamom. Those are our ingredients. And now the easy part is you just put these in a jar. And while we do that, I'm going to talk about why I selected them. So most of these herbs you see here are all warming, except for the burdock root, which is a cooling, moistening, nourishing, blood purifier. Of course, it's a bitter. It helps to produce bile, and it's great for the liver, strengthens the liver actually. And all the other herbs are warming. Black pepper, a lot of people don't realize, is a little powerhouse. It increases intestinal mobility and eases gas and bloating, and increases the activity of transport proteins in the gut, so it helps larger compounds absorb better, which is one of the reasons that you take a bitter in the first place. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more also. Cinnamon, cardamom, those are also warming digestive aids, you could call them. And I have to tell you, this smells amazing. It could be a tea, but in this case, we're going to use it as a tincture. Sometimes your bitters are actually more effective. As a matter of fact, ginger is one of them. They did a study on ginger in tea form compared to tincture form, and found that it was more impactful in treating nausea that was a side effect from cancer treatment as a tincture than it was as a tea. So just a fun thing to mention. And something else I need to mention is I'm not a doctor, and I don't pretend to be one on TV. And you need to do research on all of these herbs. If you're pregnant, congratulations, but don't take this. Don't take the other one either. I mean, if you're on any medication, it doesn't matter. We all have our own sensitivities, and you really need to check and make sure that each of these herbs are good for you. That's an important step in taking ownership of your own health. So I want to encourage you to do that. But this is a great recipe for things that you have in your cupboard, and it's kitchen ingredients that you're probably cooking with already. But be aware of, all of the things that you put in your body. So what I'm doing right here is writing down the recipe, and I'll zoom this in so you all can see that a little bit better. And I'm using parts. I actually weighed all of these out and did it that way. But when I put parts in my recipe, that tells me next time, exactly how much of each, because what I'll do is start with the one that I have the least of and kind of go from there. And now just a little bit about bitters. So you heard me talking about all of the great digestive properties that all of these herbs have that we're using. And the whole reason for a bitter is to help prepare your body to process food. The actual bitter taste that you have that comes from these, that you'll have introduced to your mouth either directly by a dropper or in a little shot of water, is going to prepare your stomach and your intestines and everything, and kind of tell them, hey, we got food coming, let's get to work. And it will help your body absorb the nutrition from your food. And actual nutrition absorption decreases as you age. So as you get older, this is important. And I always use my herbs, well, not always, but most of the time, in a 1-to-5 ratio 50% alcohol is great for this. If you only have 80 proof vodka, you could use that too. But I measure and weigh everything out. It's just a practice that I take. If you want to see more about that, you need to watch my tincture video, and I'll try to post that up here. All right, moving on. All right, in this next bitter recipe, we've got 6 different herbs we're using. We're using burdock root, and I already told you about how awesome that one is. And then we're also going to be using dandelion root, and we're going to be using angelica, archangelica. There's also an angelica sinensis that's a really good one. They're both kind of similar, but I use what I have. So that's this guy right here. We're going to be using some of that. This is a warming carminative, stimulating gastric and pancreatic secretions. It's also used to make liqueurs like Benedictine and Chartreuse, in case you weren't aware of that. Licorice root, it's just a great supporting herb in a blend like this. It's moistening, nutritive, and anti-inflammatory, liver protective, and it also helps soften the impact of some of these other herbs, because some of these are really cooling and some are very warming, so I'm kind of shooting for a balance. And here we've got some of the ground up ginger. I'm a little out of order in mentioning stuff. There's the dandelion root that I harvested myself, and some orange peel, which we already talked about. And this one we're going to use in the same way. We're just going to be adding all of these to a jar, and we're going to be covering these with a 1:5 ratio of alcohol at 50%. That's really all there is to it. You do need to make sure when you make your bitters that you store them in a dark place, and then remember to go shake them up every day. And you just want to do that to help encourage the distribution of all of the good stuff coming out of these herbs into that alcohol that's being infused. And I like to leave mine for 6 weeks, but I've seen some people say that they leave them sitting for like 2 weeks minimum. I prefer 6 weeks. I don't know. It's how I learned a long, long time ago. And I don't know. I just haven't gotten away from doing that yet. But you'll do that. And then once it's done, you'll decant it and store it in little dropper bottles. Make sure you label everything accordingly. And there it is. I've got my jar labeled here with all of the ingredients, including the percentage of alcohol and ratio of herbs to alcohol, as well as the date that it'll be done. You want to make sure that you label your dropper bottle appropriately as well. I hope you all enjoyed this video and these 2 different recipes here that I've shared with you, and I hope you give it a try. Again, do your own research. Make sure that you check out the herbs that you choose to use for your bitters that you make. There are so many recipes out there. This is a couple of many. And I hope you look into that, and I hope you enjoyed this information. Don't forget to check out the description box below for more great videos in the My Home Apothecary collaboration that's going on right now. And there is a drawing, so make sure you leave a comment, ring the bell, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more information like this shared. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you again. And until I do see you, remember everybody, keep your joy, folks.